Welcome back to the show, guys and gals. Thanks for chilling with us tonight. I'm your host, the humble Shanghai Pete, and your very good buddy in the mix. You know, it's been a slow week or so for gaming news when the usual online rags are reduced to running stories about their favorite shield spells. Ooh, thanks for that, Polygon. That's very informative. But then, Microsoft and Xbox once again stepped in to save us from the gaming news doldrums by doing, if you can believe it, something even dumber than the last thing that they did to destroy their company. I guess they wanted to finish the job they started by annihilating their previously well-regarded Game Pass service, who knows? Either way, we need to find out, so you know what that means. We're going deep inside, once again. Just time for a quick recap of the week, which has not really been a busy one. So we will start off with pretty much the only story of note, this insane Pokemon leak. Wow, bad news for the big NGs. More bad news? Continuing bad news? Have they had any good news recently? I'm not sure. Anyway, it looks like just about all Pokemon games till like 2030 that are planned have leaked. So, what exactly has come out? What information do we got? Well, they've got a whole bunch of alleged internal documents from Game Freak that reportedly outline the franchise's next 5 to 6 years of development. Yikes, that's definitely not good. According to the documents, the next main game, often called Generation 10 by people who know anything about Pokemon, which would not include me, is codenamed Project Gaia and split into 2 versions, as is routine, called Wind and Wave, respectively. Then there's the random spin-offs, minor money-making, one-shots, and a new Legend series game also that's apparently an MMO-style title, codenamed Project Seed. Ooh. Now, being just a bit too old for it, I was never really a Pokemon dude, so I don't have any personal opinions on this stuff, but public sentiment seems to be, not great. To quote what appears to be representative of the majority of the community, they have said, fans were of course hoping the next batch of games would be better. Unfortunately, the leaks report Gen 10 games will in fact be developed for the original Switch rather than the upcoming hardware. Ouch. Well, what do you guys think about this? Y'all fuck with Pokemon? You don't give a shit? Let us know in the comments down below. Now, moving on, just as a bit of an aside here, and I do apologize if this doesn't really interest you, but I just have just a tiny little bit of a rant just for a moment. It was a few days ago, and I'm watching this new Tim Dillon episode. I'm smoking a Bleezy, leveling an Undead Paladin, and that new Ascension WoW server, Bronzebeard, I think it's called, which seems pretty dope so far for those of you into that kind of thing. Clicking through some sites, checking up on the news, and I come upon this fucking travesty. A whole goddamn article on a mobile game. Can we please fucking stop this? Mobile games are not real games. Clash of Clans is not a real game. I don't care how much fucking money you've spent on it. When are we going to stop treating them like they are?
Freemium. The mium is Latin for not really.
They're intentionally shallow, clunky bits of slop, cleverly dumbed down and carved up just to look like actual video games, when in reality they're only algorithms meant to steal your money, made by companies so greedy they couldn't even be bothered to try very hard to disguise that from you. And why is that? That's because they think you're fucking stupid and they don't care. Kotaku, Polygon, and whoever the fuck else, stop platforming this deceptive and exploitative garbage. Stop writing about this stuff. I mean, I can't believe I'm even saying it, but like, you should know better. Even you guys should know better. Jesus Christ. Okay, sorry about that. I just can't help myself sometimes, as you all well know. But we must now move on to our main story, which is sort of a sequel, follow-up, a remake, if you will, of the whole Xbox sets itself on fire story. That is, perhaps unsurprisingly, still managing to dominate the news cycles. Apparently, the complete and total voluntary self-destruction of their Game Pass service wasn't quite divisive enough, as they've elected to follow that up with the news, or rather, I guess, confirmation of a rumor. I never paid much attention, but apparently confirmation of a rumor that the original Halo Combat Evolved is getting a remake called, rather cleverly, Campaign Evolved. Being what many consider a seminal work in the FPS genre that has indisputably spawned legions of dedicated fans, countless sequels, spin-offs, comics, TV shows, any other kind of media you can imagine, mobile games probably, as well as being the seed from which modern online gaming really kind of grew with Xbox Live, all that kind of stuff. It's pretty understandable that this has provoked, let's say, a mixed reaction. The questionable inability for Microsoft and Xbox to predict this, or at least attempt to mitigate the backlash aside, I think we can all agree this is pretty nuts. Especially because this is, what, the second remake that the first Halo is getting at this point? I don't know. Oh, and also, did I mention, it's on fucking PlayStation now, also. So first, we'll get my thoughts out of the way. Aside from the original 8-bit Nintendo, which is probably the first video game anything I ever played, I've always relatively pretty much been a PC guy first. So by the time Halo came out, I've been playing FPS for years. You know, Quake Online, LAN games, Doom 2, modem games, stuff like that, Duke Nukem 3D. So while I certainly thought Halo was cool and everything, it didn't completely blast my brain to pieces the way it did for so many others who had never played an FPS before, or a good one at least. Needless to say, I've always liked Halo, but I never really loved it. I'd play through the campaign and each new one as they came out and have a pretty good time, but afterwards I'd just put it down and forget about it until the next one came out. I never really cared. Halo was just another FPS for me. A good one, albeit, but still, just another FPS. So it's probably not surprising that this all sounds fine to me. A bright, shiny, high poly, fancy looking reason to play through the original Halo campaign? Sure, I'll take it. Why the fuck not? Beyond that, I'm just kind of whatever. Yeah, so while those are my personal feelings, it probably will not surprise you that they are far from the majority. As with anything sufficiently popular, it's not really possible to please everyone, so I guess I have a little bit of sympathy for Xbox there. Thus, any new series entry or new entry in the IP in general, especially one as storied as fucking Halo, it's gonna make people go fucking crazy at all ends of the spectrum, all over the place. And it's, you know, it's mostly stuff we've heard before, not that these are in any way unfair or unjustified criticisms, just that none of it's gonna surprise you. It's all relatively standard. So we've got the no changes, leave the original how it was crowd versus the modernize and update it, attract new audience guys. We've got the new engine sucks, the old engine look and feel is superior versus Unreal Engine 5 and modernity enjoyers. Then there's the already enough remakes crowd versus the why the fuck not one more crowd. And of course, the hell yeah PlayStation Master Race and fuck console exclusivity crowds versus the guys that are like, I bought an Xbox every generation for years and all I got was this cheap remake that's now not even part of Xbox's core identity anymore, people. And, you know, I think we all have a little bit of empathy for those guys, especially at this point. But even with all those concerns aside, we still haven't addressed the largest, the biggest issue that I think most people are having, which is the, where the fuck is the multiplayer, guys? I didn't play much Halo on Xbox Live. My experience with Halo multiplayer is pretty much just couch co-op with the boys, so it's not a big deal for me, but Jesus Christ, I mean, if anybody, Microsoft, Xbox, y'all are supposed to be aware of how big a fucking deal this is. Not even addressing it, it seems like an insane oversight. What the fuck? Maybe it is for the best that you blow yourselves up at this point. Doesn't seem like you have any fucking idea left on how to handle any of your IPs or even your fucking business. Isn't it sort of common knowledge, even amongst people who aren't super fans of video games, that a huge part of what made Halo so iconic was its fucking multiplayer and versus modes? How the fuck do you leave that out of a remake? Wow. So in short, yeah, how they thought this was gonna go off without a hitch is beyond me. Or maybe the cynicism pilled amongst you, or those of you who have spent too long watching this channel, maybe you suspect that this backlash was actually a calculated part of the corporate release timeline and marketing strategy. Certainly wouldn't surprise me. Enough ranting though, let's get to some articles covering some of this nonsense so we can just at least check out the bullet points. And for one of our favorites, one of the few outlets that actually tends to do something resembling gaming journalism these days, we have PC Gamer. An article titled Halo Combat Evolved, the second remake of Halo 1 is coming out next year. So they say, who's this by? Wes Fenton. Fenlon? All right. Wes Fenlon, good job, buddy. During Friday's Halo World Championships esports tournament, Halo Studios was meant to unveil its next project, but the Xbox Store got to it first. Halo Campaign Evolved has appeared on the site, revealing that Microsoft is in fact remaking the iconic FPS a mere 14 years after the last time they remade it. From the blurb on the Microsoft site, Halo Campaign Evolved is a faithful yet modernized remake of Halo Combat Evolved's campaign. Notably the campaign, not the multiplayer, the campaign, just the campaign. campaign. Good. Very nice, guys. Experience the original story rebuilt with high-definition visuals, updated cinematics, and refined controls. Plus 3 brand new prequel missions featuring the Master Chief and Sergeant Johnson. Now, just a brief aside here. That's pretty cool. I'll take new missions. I mean, but again, I feel like this is probably everyone's take. Like, cool, 3 new story missions, great. Where's the multiplayer, though? And next here, just maybe as a way to confirm that they're not touching the multiplayer, here's the highlights from the store description. A broader arsenal of weapons, vehicles, enemies, and gameplay modifying skulls. Console only, 2-player split-screen co-op, but 4-player online co-op with cross-progression. I will give them props. Split-screen co-op was some of the most fun that I had with my friends back when the original Halo was out. It was fucking awesome. So at least they're still leaving that in. Thank God for small favors. Am I right, guys? The original mission's newly rebuilt with enhanced level design. Oh, so like they won't just be a labyrinth of corridors all reusing the same textures, maybe? Oh, cool. Update cinematics and improved wayfinding. Yeah, because you'll need it to get out of those mazes where everything looks the same because they're just using the same assets over and over. Cool. Looks like they've thought of everything. We've also got new voice performances recorded with the primary cast. That's cool. I don't really have a problem with that, especially if they got the original actors, so cool. Sprint added. Very interesting. Energy sword, needle rifle, and battle rifle alongside 6 other serious weapons. That's pretty cool. And finally, I guess this is a blurb for the new missions. Join the Master Chief and Sergeant Johnson in a brand new arc set before the events of Halo Combat Evolved, featuring new environments, gameplay, characters, and enemies. We'll see about that. So PC Gamer continues. In addition to the trailer above, Halo Studios has put out a roundtable reveal with several developers on the team commenting on why they're remaking the game again. Is there anyone that was involved in the first game working on this remake? I don't know. Halo lore and meta fans, comment down below if there's anyone from the original Halo team involved in this remake. I don't know. They say, we did this work on Halo Anniversary, and I felt like there were certain things left unsaid. Oh, certain things left unsaid. More like certain dollar bills not obtained. Certain things we were unable to achieve at that time, says director Greg Herman. And then, this is kind of why I like PC Gamer, they insert here in parentheses, Anniversary's graphical remaster was not well received by fans back in 2011. The new remake is being done in Unreal Engine 5, with the cinematics also being fully redone with motion capture. Oh, fancy. The biggest addition, though, will be those 3 new prequel missions, though the Halo Studios team didn't say much about them, or the multiplayer, I might add. Given 2026 is Halo Combat Evolved's 25th anniversary, we'll presumably see the game out sometime next year. Indeed. So, there we go. That's the facts, G's. What do you guys think about this? Do you love Halo? You grew up with Halo, maybe? Caught a body because of a Blood Gulch game? Don't give a fuck. Let us know in the comments down below. I'm always interested to see what y'all's take on this kind of stuff is. Oh, but there is just one more thing. Finally, before we go, we got a last-minute update on this story. I guess maybe a sort of a dead man switch on the corpse in case Xbox still hadn't managed to figure out how to successfully blow its own brains out. I don't know. The Prince of Ruin himself, President Dumbfuck Doorknob, has now stepped in to ensure that it's finished off for good. Give it the old double tap. And if you haven't seen this, I apologize for subjecting you to it, but you have to take a look. Heresy detected, my G's. I don't know what else to say, but congratulations, Microsoft. Xbox, as well as Halo, is now officially the lamest fucking thing in existence. You guys better hope that remake is the best fucking game anyone has ever seen, because holy shit.
Woke up, smoke up, blunt, then I pass out. Woke up, what up, smoke up, blunt, then I'm back down. Back down. What? Yup, woke up, smoke up, blunt, then I pass out. Pass out.